What if the biggest threat to the Church is not the Latin Mass itself, but the growing division surrounding it? That is exactly the warning Cardinal Blase Cupich recently shared. But his comments have also sparked another question. Can the Church call for unity while many Catholics still feel deeply divided by recent decisions? Let's take a closer look together. Speaking to the German Catholic news outlet Catholisch.de, Cardinal Cupich said that public disputes over the traditional Latin Mass and other internal debates weaken the Church's credibility. He explained that the Church has an important mission in today's world. Issues like peace, care for creation, and sharing the gospel. According to him, these missions become much harder when Catholics appear publicly divided. He asked an important question. Why would people listen to the Church on global issues if they see constant disagreement inside the Church itself? Cardinal Cupich said the Church is not an exclusive club. He believes internal conflicts should never become so public that they weaken the Church's voice. The interview also focused on synodality. Cardinal Cupich acknowledged that some Catholics worry about discussing modern issues because they fear losing touch with tradition. He said he understands those concerns, but he encouraged Catholics to trust that Christ continues guiding his Church through the Holy Spirit. He also emphasized the importance of the sensus fidelium. He said, the faithful know the Church's teaching and can respond faithfully to new challenges. According to him, synodality creates shared responsibility, not only for bishops and priests, but for the whole people of God. He even compared synodality to learning to dance together, moving as one body instead of acting alone. He also spoke about selecting bishops. He noted that papal representatives already consult bishops, priests, religious communities, and lay Catholics before recommending candidates to Rome. He added that any larger role for lay people should always remain a spiritual process, not a political one. Looking ahead, Cardinal Cupich identified 3 priorities for the Church: continuing the renewal inspired by the Second Vatican Council, caring for creation in response to climate change, and promoting peace in a world facing growing conflicts. He also warned that the just war doctrine should never become an excuse for violence. Instead, he said, it should remain a restraint that encourages peace first. At the same time, the article points out that some Catholics question whether Cardinal Cupich's own record fully reflects his call for unity. It notes that his implementation of Traditionis Custodes in Chicago included restrictions that went beyond the minimum required by Rome. Among those measures were limiting celebrations of the traditional Latin Mass on the first Sunday of each month, and on major feasts such as Christmas, Easter, Pentecost, and the Triduum. The article also recalls that in 2022, the Institute of Christ the King Sovereign Priest suspended public masses and confessions at its Shrine of Christ the King in Chicago after its priests declined to sign certain required conditions. That community had reportedly attracted between 400 and 500 faithful every Sunday. The article further mentions Cardinal Cupich's planned Lifetime Achievement Award for Senator Dick Durbin in 2025. Durbin has long supported legal abortion, while Bishop Thomas Paprocki had previously barred him from receiving Holy Communion under Canon 915. Following criticism from several American bishops, Durbin ultimately declined the award. Taken together, these events have led some observers to ask whether calls for unity are most effective when they are accompanied by actions that are also widely seen as promoting unity. Whatever one's perspective may be, the conversation continues, and it remains one of the most important discussions in the Church today. What are your thoughts? Can unity grow while difficult conversations continue? Or does lasting unity require a different approach from everyone involved?